All right, so you guys have known me as being a relatively reliable pulse to the coin market. And yeah, we have another one here for you. Like, if the heartbeat of the coin market wasn't pulsating strong enough as it is right now, we have a good one here for you. And it's affecting probably one of the most commonly graded coins that you will ever find in the marketplace. As a matter of fact, these very coins have kind of graced our presence in a, kind of like a low cost budget, own a really old piece of silver kind of way. And I could honestly say that those times might be moving on. So we are going to take a look, and we're on PCGS's website, because obviously this is going to be like, a resource, either this or Numis Media, or whatever, price guide that you want to use when it comes to, values of graded coins. But we're on PCGS's website. So we are direct to what I feel like is one of the more relevant price guides out there for graded coins. I mean, they are the source. Miles will go directly to them. And the topic coins today are going to be mid-graded Morgan and Peace dollars. Pretty crazy, I know. It's, for many years, these two series have been really reliable. Really, really reliable. You can pick up a mid-state 63 Morgan dollar common date all day long. If you wanted to have, a really nice old coin that's in great shape for around 50 to 60 bucks. So it amazed and shocked the hell out of me when I went on their PCGS price guide. You see all of these green arrows going up across the board. And if you were to hover right above one of the prices, you could just see and feel the shock in your system of an up to 20% price bump for a lot of the middle graded coins. Mid-state 63, 64, 65. I would say out of the three grades, probably mid-state 64 has seen the most movement of any one of kind of what I consider to be the mid-state grades. So I've picked up a lot of these. I mean, a lot. I would say at my height, and I would probably use like 2008, 2009, and 2010 as time periods where I bought quite a few of these. And that's only because more of these began to flood the market. Now, where the rubber meets the road when it comes to grading common dated Morgan dollars, the kind of like that line that once you go across it, everything just gets expensive, and that's mid-state 66. So mid-state 66 coins have enjoyed really healthy prices over the years, because the populations are a lot lower. But once you fall underneath 66, and you go to like 65, that's where a lot more coins exist in that particular grade. And then you get older, and there's even more still. So as you can see, there's a lot of upward arrow trend lines on some of these cheaper Morgan dollar dates. 1878S is one that you could find quite easily in grades of mid-state 63 and 64. So this example here in 63 went from $90 up to $105. In mid-state 64, it shot up a little bit more. It went from $135 to $160. I mean, that's a good price bump for a coin that has been relatively stagnant for a few decades. And it used to be that you could go out and pick up a mid-state 64 common date Morgan dollar for around $80. And that was even during the height of the recession too, 2009. That time, in the most recent past, you could attain any one of those at that price. So of course you got some of your high end stuff here, the 79 cc's. You know that's really irrelevant in this. 1879S is a incredibly common date. So a 63 plus went from $76 to $80. That doesn't seem too crazy. And a 64 went from $90 to $100. 1879S, mid-state 63 and 64s literally grow on trees. So it shocked me to see green up arrows for this particular date because you just didn't see that. I guarantee you the prices, the older prices, the $90 and $110 for 64 has probably been on this trend sheet for this price guide for this date for probably 10 years, you know, maybe 8 years, 8, 9, 10 years. So we're beginning to see some movements on these coins. What's another good one? We have to go into the 1880s. 1880S, the coin of proof-like surfaces on most of them, has jumped up from $100 to $115 in a 64 plus, and went from $135 to $145. 65, you really see the movements. You went from $195 to $225. So that's a pretty nice, healthy bump. And this is a really gradual change. So is the secondary market beginning to embrace these coins because physical silver might be a little low in certain areas, and people are picking up these coins as kind of like the option B? It could be, because these coins are very investable, especially in this grade, because there's so many of them. You could probably at its most plentiful point in the last 10 years pick up 50, 60, 70 of these at a time. You know, and if you were going to play your cards right and pick these up at a discount because you were buying so many of them, then, you know, you probably get them at a much substantial discount. You know, probably for a mid-state 63, there was a point in time you could pick it up for like $50 a piece. As recently as like 5 years ago. And I would say 5 years ago, that was kind of like the last dip in numismatics since the recession. 1881.0, look at this thing. 185 to 225, that's a healthy bump in a 64. And then $75 to $100 in a 63. 1881.0 is nothing in this grade. It's a footnote, but now all of a sudden there's a lot of attention being put into a lot of these common day coins. I think these coins have fallen under the radar for such a long time that now that the market is really good, people are looking for the bargains. So when you're looking for bargains that are like unbelievably cheap and probably underpriced for a while, the supplies get constrained and the demand goes up, and then therefore the prices go up on them. Now, will this last? I don't know. It's only as everlasting as the amount of supply that's currently in the secondary market. But it's unbelievable just how quickly, within a couple days, we are seeing these coins move up pretty nicely, which is good because I have quite a few of these. It's 63 and 64. I used to be a great collections buying madman, buying these things because there was a lot of coins in these grades with nice toning. And I was buying the nice toning and paying under these prices. And then now it's just not like that. I've been getting beat on every single bid on great collections. But you guys can go on here on PCGS's website and take a look for yourself, because I guarantee you there's going to be dealers as quick-witted as a lot of them are, to the information. I'm willing to bet there's a lot of dealers that hadn't marked up their 63s and 64 Morgan dollars yet. And this is like new news, guys. So if you have the ability, and you know of coin dealers that are selling kind of these marginal mid-state graded Morgans for the older pricing of a few days ago or a week ago, I would probably consider buying them. Now, this is all price guide, visual aid type stuff. Is this translated into the actual secondary market? Well, let's find out. So here's eBay. And we're just going to take a look at kind of like the first page of coins. It's probably 50 coins. These are all mid-state 64s under the Morgan dollar section of coins and paper money. So, we have an 85.0 Morgan dollar, mid-state 64, $80. I'm thinking that's a rip right there. Only because, again, this is all like, this is a fresh price guide update. Even on the dealer side and on Numis Media and all that stuff, these prices haven't quite caught on with people, dealers, sellers on eBay and all the other sites, and it's reflective because this $80, man, that thing got scooped up right away, and it's a rather unspectacular date, Now, there are kind of like condition-sensitive coins like this 21D. Here's an 81.0, a very common date. Mid-state 64, that sold for $183. If we went back here and checked out the price guide for the same date, what is that? 81.0. If we went up to 81.0, for a mid-state 64, there you go. It used to be 185. Now it's 225. So this is just a new price trend movement. But I didn't know it went up that much from 63 to 64. But sure enough, it did. So this one sold with shipping for about $187. Here's the 78S 204. Some pretty crazy VAMs in here as well. 1901.0 Morgan Silver Dollar, NGC Mid-State 64. So NGC graded coins have a little bit of a discount to them. 1884.0 Mid-State 64, $83. And that's today, May 13th. And then here's another one here, 1921, sold with shipping for $87. And here's another one. Yeah, see, this is crazy right here. Oh, that's a 64 plus. 64 plus. But that's strong money right there. 209.95. 85p NGC graded. A lot of NGC stuff in here. 99.0 an original green holder, mid-state 64. So let's see what that one is. Let's see, page 3. All right, 64. Prior price 110, new price 125, and this one a best offer was accepted. So whatever that is. It was 131 or 132 if you wanted to round up by a penny. They dropped it to 117.47, and then they accepted a best offer off of that. Could be $100, maybe 105. So basically, well, there are quite a few NGC and Annex graded stuff in here too. But overall, yeah, the prices are holding on strong, but they haven't quite caught on to the new updated price guide values and gray sheet values or bids or whatever. So I don't know. I'm maybe the supply is as tight as it appears. That's pretty. 1880 deep mirror proof like. Ooh, can't be easy to find there. Oh wow, yeah, that's some good stuff here. That's a nice lot. 79S, 80S, 2 coin law for $190. That's a good one. I don't know. I'm not really seeing a whole bunch of big price movements. When I'm looking on eBay completed sales, but I might be wrong. I don't know, but I am going to take a look at this and kind of monitor things throughout the next 30 days to see if the price guide trend movements, the upward price movements that we're seeing on these lesser expensive common date Morgans are affected any. Because it could get pretty crazy here in the next few weeks. And people believe price guides more than it deserves. And that's why I'm saying that the opportunity of it to kind of break out might be a reality. So we just have to wait and see. I would say if you have some of these available through a local coin shop and they're still priced, at like the old values, maybe 10-15% less than what the price guide values show here on PCGS's website, it might be worth it to buy them. I actually went and bought a couple Mid-State 65s today because I just have an abundance of 63s and 64s. 65s and certain dates are beginning to move up. I have a 19010, which is on the previous page. And this one I paid $150 for. See if it's still got the sticker on the back of it. And now it's up to $250. The prior price was $200. So that's a pretty good deal there too. And it's in a newer generation PCGS holder. I also have a 79S. I think I did okay on that one. Nothing too, not too big of a rip, but it does have some nice edge toning that gives it a little bit of originality. I like stuff like that. And so do buyers. All right, so this is 65 that I paid $155 for, and it's no price movement here. $160. It's not a PL or anything like that. All right, so before I let you guys go, let's go ahead and take a quick look at peace dollars because I did notice that those are beginning to trend up as well. Although some would say peace dollars aren't nearly as popular on the grand scale as Morgan dollars, but you can see all of the green up arrows through all of the early 20s dated coins. 22, of course, has the distinction of being the most common peace dollar on the face of the earth. But even that's getting a little bit of a bump. Nice little, what is that, 10% bump from $70 to $80 for a Mid-State 64. 23, I think, is the most plentiful of the two dates. That one also enjoys a nice little price bump as well. But as you can see, all the way down, even the key dates like the 28 and the 21, I believe, even went up. Yeah, that one went up a nice little chunk as well. The Mid-State 64s have enjoyed what looks to be about a 15 to 20% bump because it was at originally $14.50. Now it's up to $16.50 in a Mid-State 64. But beautiful thing. I mean, look at that. The high relief production trial 1922 went from $382,000 to $425,000 for all you lucky guys and gals out there with this coin. There can't be too many of you. Yeah, it's gone up 20%. So that's sweet. But yeah, you can see peace dollars have gone up quite a bit too. Now, another thing to keep in mind, this all might be kind of like an effect from the upcoming Morgan and Peace commemorative coins that's going to be releasing here in a few weeks. That might also have residual effect on these coins. So let's say, for instance, that the U.S. Mint releases its Morgan and Peace dollars through the course of 3 weeks. Things begin to die down, all the coins sell out. Will the prices of their OG stuff from the Peace and Morgan series kind of drop back down to their, what I consider to be normal levels? It's not going to stay like that for long. I mean, I've always been the type of person that thinks like, all things like this are collectible will eventually go up after time. When supply begins to dwindle and the demand for more of these coins go up, that's when you begin to see the adjusted price movements and the, I guess, inflation of it all. But this is pretty interesting data that we've looked at this evening. But I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention. Some of you probably got bored of this video as it sits because it's all like pricing and, market trends and all that stuff. But wow, just incredible. My voice is all hoarse right now. I've been talking all day. But really good stuff. Keep an eye out for the market of these coins, mostly graded. It really doesn't affect raw coins too much for those of you that specialize in that sort of thing. But as you can see, just up arrows all over the place, and it's really awesome. I like seeing this, especially when you have a built position of these collectible coins. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this evening, guys. I want to thank you and appreciate having you on, and for all your support of Blue Ridge Silverhound. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell for instant notifications. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Coinaholics, we are discovering together. And until next time,